Welcome to the MatchPoint Snow preview webinar. Before we start, let me present you with some rules of conduct. Please mute your microphones in order not to disturb other listeners and to avoid background noise. If you have questions, you can use the integrated chat function. We will try to answer as many questions as possible during the webinar. Please post your question to everyone so that all other listeners can see the answers. If the audio transmission should be interrupted, please send me a note in the chat window. That's it already, so let's start. Welcome to the making of MatchPoint Snow. MatchPoint Snow is the brand new enterprise collaboration platform for SharePoint 2013 based on MatchPoint. Snow enables you to introduce SharePoint-based collaboration faster than with any other solution, with all the benefits of SharePoint and the MatchPoint application framework, on-premise and in the cloud. In the next 30 minutes, you will get a visual impression of Snow, have a look under the hood and get introduced to the most important concepts behind it. You will learn why Snow is unique, what benefits it has for users, and why it will become an important competitive advantage in SharePoint collaboration. We will introduce our Snowflake concept and finish the webinar with some important information on availability and next steps. Snow is about user experience and interaction design. Honestly, when did your SharePoint portal welcome you as warmly as this? The Snow UI has been designed according to the Metro guidelines. It is characterized by clean lines and touch-friendly controls. The content is the navigation. New users are completely guided and can start immediately to use Snow's powerful features. Step by step, they can discover the platform and learn on the go. Snow is about information architecture and personalization. It provides an information-centric portal with a multi-perspective view on activities, workspaces, content, and people. Everything in Snow is search-driven. From the aggregated views and the filter navigation to the daily personal digest and interactive reports, all relies on the powerful FAST engine and metadata. This makes content much more relevant to the user and users much more efficient in their daily work. Snow is about governance and scalability. Practically speaking, all important properties of workspaces, users, and content can be globally defined and managed through our integrated, entirely metadata-based governance layer. Permissions are based on business roles that can be configured in our workspace templates. Administrative tasks such as workspace approval, management of access restrictions, decommissioning, or review can be pre-configured and controlled based on metadata and workflows. Further options reusing this concept are content targeting and personalization based on organizational criteria, functions and roles, and content prioritization. The physical Snow architecture is based on Microsoft best practices and optimized for high performance and scalability. In particular, MatchPoint Snow is compliant with the new Microsoft product line architecture for SharePoint for environments up to 300,000 users. Snow is social. With a look and feel as easy to use as Facebook, Snow provides all social features from liking, sharing, commenting, and following to social feeds and activity aggregation in a meaningful, personalized way adapted to the use in an enterprise environment. Snow is about business context. Everything from documents, workspaces, and users to social activity updates is automatically related to your business units, locations, customers, products, and processes. This unique semantic layer is based on our patent-pending star categorization engine and will give you insight and transparency in your collaboration content never seen before. Snow is about workspace collaboration. MatchPoint Snow provides 3 configurable workspace templates out of the box: Team, Community, and Project. Additional workspace templates can be created using our unique snapshot feature, with the possibility to further adapt the snapshot to individual needs. All workspaces benefit from one global governance concept, the global categorization according to business topics, and the global information architecture of MatchPoint Snow. Snow partners can provide their own workspace applications as snowflakes, which are standardized application modules for Snow. Use snowflakes to get away from uncontrollable SharePoint mushrooming to crystalline growth. To summarize, MatchPoint Snow puts the focus on all the important conceptual aspects you need to take care of when planning to roll out enterprise collaboration in your organization. As we will see a little later, with Snow, you can consider the fundamental conceptual work done. But even more important, Snow is not just the concept, but also the implementation. Based on the award-winning original MatchPoint application framework, Snow has been built by configuring the completely standardized generic MatchPoint components that are already in use by several 100,000 users. In short, Snow is customized, not custom-coded. Just download it from the Colygon website, install it on your SharePoint environment, and use it. It's even free. To get a better understanding of what this means, let's now have a look behind the scenes. The MatchPoint framework follows the approach of mass customization to build SharePoint applications. Like a modern car builder, we provide a complete set of standardized, generic, and highly configurable components and APIs that can be used to build entire SharePoint solutions in a declarative way, which means without custom code. The components include all fundamental functionality of a SharePoint solution that SharePoint does not deliver out of the box. In a car, MatchPoint would include the engine, the transmission, the electronics, the chassis, and other vital and expensive parts that need to be robust. The use of the MatchPoint framework alone makes the implementation and maintenance of collaboration solutions 40 to 50% more economic compared to a SharePoint plus custom development approach. And migration to future SharePoint versions will cost you even 60 to 70% less, and the cost will be much more predictable with MatchPoint. Now with Snow, we are closing the gap between SharePoint out-of-the-box functionality and what users really require in a spectacular way to almost nothing. For users, Snow is good news, as they can replace the biggest part of the cost of an unpredictable custom development project by a standard software license for the MatchPoint framework and a free solution package on top of it, MatchPoint Snow. In short, while cutting cost, risks, and project duration by several hundred man-days, your enterprise collaboration platform will become more scalable, customizable, and sustainable with Snow. When considering all this, it can easily take a year or more to implement enterprise collaboration on SharePoint with traditional approach. This, combined with the fact that collaboration is a relatively new topic on top management level, and that there is no easy way of showcasing the final solution at the start of such an undertaking, makes it rather difficult to get a sponsor and the corresponding budget. The seemingly easiness of the increasing competition, whether it be Jive, Huddle, Google, Salesforce, you name it, makes SharePoint look expensive, complex, and full of unanswered questions. Why should one take the risk of a heavy custom development and wait ages for go live, when off-the-shelf alternatives are available for little money. With MatchPoint Snow, you can see the final solution from day one. You know what you get, and implementation does not take more than 1 month altogether. You can pilot collaboration within a team and scale out to others with full functionality and an enterprise-ready architecture right from the start. A tremendous change compared to a naked SharePoint installation. Let's now take a look at the most important concepts behind Snow. The most dominant topic is what we do with metadata. While content is king in Snow's information architecture, business context is the queen close behind. We create business context on the meta layer. First, by loose coupling your line of business systems through our connector framework, and then by classifying content automatically. Our star classification engine is a patent-pending technology based on the assumption that any company, and thereby any content created in a company, can be entirely described by 5 main classification categories, which are the organization, process, product, geography, and relations. All other classification categories are subsets of those 5 main categories and can be used for further refinement. MatchPoint Snow uses this classification technology to automatically categorize SharePoint content and workspaces. Unlike other solutions, Snow relieves its users of the burden of manual tagging by implementing classification as an intrinsic part of the application logic and information architecture. Background processes constantly update metadata according to rules, processes, and events, and keep them consistent across the entire lifecycle. On the technical level, the implementation of Snow's automatic classification capabilities is based on a SharePoint taxonomy. All SharePoint objects are massively enriched with contextual metadata, which leads to a dramatic improvement of search capabilities and information quality. This has an effect not only on search results, but also on the capability to personalize views and dashboards and to surface semantic relations. As you can see here, this is the base taxonomy of MatchPoint Snow in details. Worth to be mentioned, workspace container and role objects, as well as all governance parameters needed to efficiently manage the Snow platform, are all mapped to metadata. This opens undreamt of possibilities for search-based solutions and information management. Metadata is the key driver behind content personalization, the filter navigation, as well as other aggregation features such as callouts, daily digests, and tags. Governance metadata, only visible for administrative users, drives role-based permissions management, content, workspace, and platform governance, as well as content targeting in Snow. Also on the UI level, Snow has deep conceptual roots. Based on the persona model, we have defined 5 generic roles in the organization, such as the team leader, the team member, the community owner, or the project manager, together with their needs and pains. They are the basis for our user scenarios and can easily be mapped to process-specific ones. For each of them, we determined whether their behavior is rather focused on information consumption, task-oriented, or focused on collaboration. We then plotted this against their needs to connect to other people, work with content, and managing stuff, like teams or projects, for example. This results in a number of user scenarios for each of the personae. A rather complex one is shown here. It is the high-level description of the community owner managing a community workspace. As you can see, we take into account how the persona enters the scenario, whether he or she is managing or administrating things in Snow, whether he or she is creating, viewing, or editing content, as well as various exit scenarios, reflecting the results of the work done in Snow. Based on the Metro guidelines, we have then designed an intuitive user interface with a clean design without unnecessary ingredients. We also comply to the 10 usability heuristics for user interface design of the Nielsen-Norman Group. Good text with large typography catches the eye. Common tasks are consolidated to speed up usage. The actual content functions are functions as the main UI. On top of that, every single click, every single step in the process of doing your work with Snow has been designed according to the user stories and based on the persona. This extensive interaction design is the driver behind our action panel, providing the right tools in the right context, as well as for dynamically building the personal profile page and for guiding users through their processes in intuitive wizards. MatchPoint Snow's logical architecture is optimized for high scalability, all by using SharePoint standards. To be compliant with the new Microsoft Product Line Architecture (PLA), Snow will be delivered in one single SharePoint web application. The Snow main portal providing the 4 dimensions comes in its own site collection and can be modified by the customer. The Snow workspaces are stored in a flat architecture, each workspace being a site collection. This has the advantage that workspaces can be divided on a round-robin implementation of content databases, which allows for dynamic growth. From a content management perspective, all workspaces are indexed by one global fast index, from where information is aggregated and displayed in the Snow main portal. This means that content in Snow is personalized and real-time. Regardless of how many workspace types you have, this architecture can be extended and scaled both up and out. To make it easy to extend Snow, we have introduced the concept of snowflakes. MatchPoint Snowflakes are functional solution modules for MatchPoint Snow, provided by MatchPoint partners. A snowflake consists of a Snow workspace provisioning template, including tools to support specific processes, as well as an optional application-specific cockpit with aggregated information and tools across the corresponding workspace instances. As you can see here, snowflakes are neatly integrated in the main navigation. Users can switch between snowflakes at any time. With this approach, workspace templates can be created and integrated into MatchPoint Snow at your discretion. Imagine to walk through your company and keep on onboarding your processes to the new platform. The impact will be considerably higher than after the usual cleanups of your file servers. Snow enables you for the first time to unify all those tiny collaborative processes on one single technology, because it is so easy to do so. Just think of the benefits in terms of increased productivity or knowledge management. In other words, snowflakes are process-specific workspace templates for your entire organization. It's almost as easy as cookie cutting. The first snowflakes are already on their journey and will soon hit the ground. One is the contract filing snowflake from partner IT Systems. Another one, the HR snowflake from Allegri. In fact, a whole bunch of SharePoint integrators have announced to provide their own snowflakes already. So let's have a look at the contract filing from IT Systems to give you a first impression. As you can see, it is clearly following the design and architectural guidelines of Snow, coming in its own SharePoint site collection with a specific first-level navigation. It is picking up the personalized content area, as well as the filter navigation and the action panel. The application-specific contract workspace templates provide all necessary tools to work on contract documents and to communicate with your colleagues. Like editing the contract master data or working with important contract documents in a team, manage the to-dos around many contracts you're working on, or working with interactive reports on key figures and financial aspects of your contracts. Another very innovative snowflake is the newsroom you see here, also from our partner ID Systems. It basically integrates the news part of a classical intranet into Snow. By combining the classical channel concept with our modern metadata filtering, users can navigate in your corporate news like never before. News can also be fed into the Snow timeline, where it will get the same attention as your social content, and still it will be clearly identified as official corporate information. News production, including the whole publishing process, takes place in a corresponding workspace where all tools your corporate communications department requires are provided. We think this is just a brilliant idea how to seamlessly integrate corporate news with social. This said, we at Colygon see huge opportunities for our partner community, not only by providing snowflakes, but simply because Snow will kickstart enterprise collaboration projects on SharePoint, because our offering is much more competitive than any other approach currently on the market. This is good news for SharePoint users and all those who believe in the integrative Microsoft approach for collaboration. It is bad news for Jive, Huddle, and all the others who rather provide collaboration in just another data silo. A couple of selected customers had already the chance to see MatchPoint Snow before this webinar. The feedback we get is predominantly positive, to say the least. IT departments especially like Snow's scalable flat architecture, as it solves many problems and reduces maintenance effort that they have with their existing intranets. Feedback from corporate communications departments is that they for the first time see a convincing approach regarding the integration of corporate news and social feeds. Content owners see a big advantage of our dynamic workspace self-service and governance concept over static pages to avoid empty areas or outdated content. Users praise the exceptional relevance of content and search results. And some even told us that they never before had seen another SharePoint solution coming even close to what we deliver with MatchPoint Snow. Well, we have almost arrived at the end. The official release date is not far away, and our whole crew is working extremely hard to make this possible. The next milestone will be in only 7 days, when the Snow release candidate will be out and ready for testing. We then have 1 month left to finalize everything for the big release on the 29th November. Expect exclusive availability for launch partners around Christmas. General availability will be after our official release party taking place in Zurich on the 30th of January 2014. Registration is already open on our website, and we are looking forward to see you. So this is it. Thanks for joining, and please don't hesitate to contact us for questions or to make an appointment with us to learn more about MatchPoint Snow.